Blackjack, what would be the first advice that you would give to a new person?
That's a great question because usually when it comes to gambling, people are visiting, they're not that familiar, but you want to have a strategy. I would say the first thing of advice for gambling is to have a budget as far as like the more bankroll you have, the easier it is. And I know that's like kind of obvious, but because so you want to have like you want to bet in units. Some people, what I see, they'll sit down at a blackjack table with like $50, and then they'll just put like 20 bucks, $25, and then two different bets, and they're done. So you got to be able to have a little bit more of a bankroll and then break it down into your units. So say if you had like $500, then you would have like 20 units of $25. And with whatever you're playing, you could allow the house to have the ups and downs, but then you got to quit while you're ahead. So the last thing I'll say is that's what this whole branding of double up blackjack is. You want to double your money and then bounce. The winners make their money from knowing when to leave. That's the crucial advice for gambling.
People hopefully will take this to heart because most people don't even care what a budget is when they go. It's like, oh, just gonna have fun drinking, play until I'm done or play until I'm satisfied. And you will never be satisfied from playing any type of gambling game. You always want to keep winning because there's this chemical effect in science. It's dopamine. The more you keep winning, basically, the more dopamine that gets rushed into your head, and you just get addicted to playing until you keep winning forever, and you stay there forever, and that's how the house always gets you to stay, and you lose your money.
Absolutely. And everything is steered towards you to stay. As far as, they say, oh, that's why there's no windows in the casinos. That's why the carpet is kind of ugly. So people look up at the screens and all the flashing lights and the attractive noises. That's why they offered the free alcohol for you to just be able to lose all your inhibitions and lose your strategy mindset. So, these things are all tailored for them to have just that much more of an edge. And, you got to be able to, like, for example, when I go there, I'm like working, like I'm in the mindset of like focused. I pay attention to what the cards are coming out, and it's still fun, but with the main focus of, hey, I gotta double this amount of money and then cut it off, kind of thing, versus most people have the mindset of, oh, I could come here and I have this much amount to lose. So it's an approach that also sets some people apart.
Mm, yeah, it's the most common approach that people do because they don't think about gambling as like a job or something that can actually make money out of. They think, oh, it's like the Powerball, right? Just doing the lottery. Like there's less of a 1% chance of winning $1 million in the lottery. This is basically just the lottery in a different form.
Exactly. Just, hey, we're, especially for the visitors, I'm just here for a good time, not a long time. And, whatever happens, happens, whatever happens in Vegas, stays here. And usually what stays is their money stays here because, they just have that different kind of scarcity approach to their budget. So,
You should definitely make that a slogan. Whatever stays in Vegas is their money.
yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, we appreciate it. Actually, that's kind of what helps a lot of our incentives as locals, right? I'm pretty sure that's why we don't have, no income tax, and we're able to build more infrastructure. So, you know, you gotta know, if they knew better, they'd do better. So,
Shout out to all the tourists that are funding this state of Nevada. Whippy.
yes, thank you guys. Thank you. Keep coming in.